Good morning. Today is going to be a grounding, settling into your practice using a strap block. We'll do some standing poses. The real focus is coming back to yourself because we know that we can't help anybody. We can't support anybody if we aren't doing it for ourselves. The classic put on the oxygen mask idea first. Okay, for yourself. Okay, so here we are. I've got a strap and a block and a chair. So let's just sit here easy. And if you need to, place one hand on one side of your hip and just pull your butt flush away just a little bit. Yeah, so you can feel your pelvis even on the chair. And from here, just let the spine rise up on its own. Try not to reach those ribs forward. Just see where you're at today. Lots going on around in the world on June the 2nd, 2020. So let's settle in to see how your body feels and how your breath feels. How it feels to sit up and just breathe. Just take a moment to feel. Okay, let's bring the arms out straight, reach them out. Bring the arms up toward your ears. Okay, and bring them down. Let's take it to the side and then to the side. Okay, let's do that one more time and then we'll slow it down. So we're going to take the arms out. I've interlaced the fingers like this. Take the arms out, arms come up, and then to the side and to the side. Okay, now this time we're going to add a little bit of rounding here and think about breathing into the back and then reach up as you straighten up through your spine. And then let's breathe into one side as you move into your side bend and then move into the other side. Yep, okay, and come back up. All right, arms out, round, breathe into the back of your body, come back to straight, and then arms up, however they can come up. And then inhale through to the side and inhale through to the side. Okay, lovely. And just now notice what you're feeling. Move your body around as you need to. And then let's take a twist. Think about your nose in line with your breastbone. I sometimes like taking my hands together and putting my middle finger under my chin to enable that to happen. Because I don't want to lead with my head first. I want to think about my ribs and my pelvis. And it's the obliques in between that are enabling that rotation. Okay, good. And then the other way. Good. And one more. And one more. Good. Okay, now let's see where you're at. Get a feel. All right, let's bring one leg up. Let's take the ankle onto the knee. Good. And from here, the pelvis is still level, right? And we're going to lean forward. Relax your toes. And just notice if your breath has become thinner or more constrained as you've come forward, and then come back up again. It's the pelvis moving on the leg bones as we come forward, so it's not a collapse in through the ribs here, and it's not a rib poking out, it's just the pelvis moving on the leg bones. Yeah? All right, and come back up, and let's bring the ankle down. Okay, other side. Ankle comes up. So that movement was all a hip and knee, right? So we brought this up into flexion, and then there's a rotation as the leg comes up. Pelvis is easy and even all the way through as we come forward now. And then up. We're going to do that one more time. Easy, easy, easy breathing. Good job. And then back up. Okay, now let's bring the legs wide. Okay, and from here, I'm going to lean forward. So again, pelvis on the legs, coming forward and just dropping my arms onto my legs. Feeling the 3 points on the bottom of your feet now, center of the heel, ball of the foot, base of the pinky toe, and see if you can just feel. Just feel those points against the floor. Try not to think your way into feeling, just feel them. And then notice your breathing. All right, good. And then come on up, all right? And then come back. Now notice where you're at. Spine vertical, pelvis on the chair, feet on the floor. Okay, let's come up to standing. Push the chair off to the side. Okay, come into standing now. Palms facing down, arms are going to move wide. So articulating joint is the arm bone in the shoulder socket. Torso stays easy. It's not a motion like this. This is not this. It's also not brace and then move the arms. It's ribs over pelvis, arms move in shoulder socket. This can be such a lovely one to release tension that you might not even know you have, that you're holding up in your rib cage, because so often people will hold up through here and they're not in their legs, right? They're not grounded. So we're going to add breath to this. The exhale is here on the elbows going out. So exhale, exhale. That's where the exhale is. Right now my palms are just down as I explain this to you. And then I'm going to bring the palms up. Okay? So palms down and then palms up. Okay, so we're doing 2 and then 2. Okay? Exhale, 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 exhale. Yeah? Exhale, 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 exhale. That's right. Just make sure you're breathing. Get that out. You can breathe out through your nose or you can breathe out through your mouth. Okay, arms come down now. Now just stand and notice what's present now. Now we're going to take one arm up this way. So I'm going to bring the arm up. Articulating joint is primarily the shoulder, elbow is bent, and we're going to bring the arm up like this. So the arm's coming up this way, and this arm is going to go back this way. So we're a bit robot-like. Yeah? So same exhale, exhale, yeah? And then we're going to switch arms. So 1 and 2 and this way. You think I've done aerobics teaching in the past, and I have not. I was never an aerobics teacher, but it certainly sounds like, and 2, and 2. Okay, exhale, 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 exhale. Through the shoulder, try not to make the ribs do this. We're not doing a back bend. It's keeping it arm in shoulder, arm in shoulder. Yeah? And of course, you're moving in the range that makes sense for you, yeah? Okay, one more. Okay, and then down. Okay, now notice what you feel. All right, bring the arms up overhead and pull them down. Inhale them up and pull them down. Inhale them up. The exhale is going to pull them down. We're going to do one more. Now, I might be moving way faster than your own breathing. So instead of one more, what we'll do is I want you to do 2 more on your own breathing rhythm. Pay no attention to how quickly I'm moving. You go in your own rhythm. Feel your feet, center of the heel, ball of the foot, and base of the pinky toe. Feel that. Okay, when you finish the ones that you've done, then bring your hands down Good. Now feel the bottoms of your feet, center of the heel, ball of the foot, base of the pinky toe. Notice your breathing. Take your legs wide. Ready for some lion's breath. Lean forward, tongue out, eyes to third eye. Okay? Tongue out. I want you to make it loud so I can actually hear it. When one person in a room does lion breath. Okay, come on up. Now take the legs a little wider if you can, or you choose, right? You choose. So bring the legs, the instruction ought to have been, bring the legs to the place where it makes the most sense so you can rotate your leg bones wide. So if you're new to me here, what we're doing is the legs are wide, but I want to make sure that when you rotate, the articulating joint is leg bone and hip. So the cue tends to be in class, move the feet, but the feet move because the leg bones and the pelvis move. That's what we want to focus on. So I'm going to go slow-mo here, right? So it's the leg bones moving in the pelvis. That's what we want you to pay attention to. Pelvis is quiet. Okay, then we're going to come down. Let's feel the feet, bringing the pelvis towards the floor. Okay, now we're going to lean forward. Good. And just rest the hands here. Watch that the shoulders don't drift up. But I also don't want you to hold them down either. Just let your hands rest easy. So just drop your arms down for a sec. Good. Let your hands rest easy. We're not bracing and gripping off of that. Now we're going to take a twist. So take that rib cage around. Good. And if you can, let the head move too. Okay. But this is all about feeling what's going on in your body. It's not that you have to do anything or you should do anything. It's really paying attention to where your body's at. And it would not surprise me in the slightest if there's a lot of people noticing that their body feels numb. Yeah. So pay attention to even what that feeling of numbness is and only move as far as you can really and truly feel. Because when you blow by the numbness or the not feelingness feeling, then you miss out on the sensations that are all underneath that. Yeah. So just be really, really conscientious. Even if 5 days ago, 6 days ago, a week ago, your body was moving better, just pay really close attention to that feeling. Okay, good. And then come on back and we're going to bring ourselves back up and then we're going to come back up. Okay, good. So now we're here. Now we come back to standing. Tree pose. So rotate. This is the leg bone and the hip socket. Let's bring that foot initially up to the lower leg. Okay. Pelvis level. Yeah. There's been a weight shift. Yes. And now we're going to raise through this hip joint. So the hip is going to move. Yeah. So see how it's just leg bone and hip socket. So you can play with that. You can also grab and place. But you notice I didn't reach down to lift up. I was just playing around in the hip. Yeah. Good. And then just feel. So feel feel yourself winding over. Feel yourself. Feel your foot against the inner thigh. Feel your foot against the floor. Yeah. Just feel it. And then feel your breath and feel whatever you feel in your body, emotions and thoughts, the whole shebang. See what you can actually notice. Don't go digging. There's probably plenty on the surface. So just be aware of whatever there is. Yeah. Breathe, 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 and easy, easy, easy. Yeah, okay. And I love the windiness. I would love to look back on these videos that I've done. Okay, come the other side and see how many times I was windy in tree. Okay, good. So you can go here and you can also come right out. Oh, look at that. See what my pelvis is doing? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fun to actually see the instructor doing that? Okay, so let's do this another way. So it might be that today where I'm at is I'm here. So I place my hands here and that working with a camera is so revealing. There we go. So let's start there. Yeah, so this looks like where I'm at this morning, right about here. So I'm just going to play in this range right there. And then let's see what happens. Whoop. sound effects. Those are all for free. Good. So it looks like I'm moving. So see how I want to now move my foot? So I'm showing this to you. I'll stop doing this because I'll keep teaching you rather than showing what I'm doing. But you can see now that my movement of my hip is way better. My pelvis is much more level, but I'm not quite at a place where I can bring the foot onto the leg, so I'm not going to. I hope that was interesting for you to see. But within just a few repetitions, that mobility was changing. And same with the stability on the other side. So let's bring the legs wide. Good. Okay, rotate those leg bones out. Feel the bottoms of the feet on the floor, and then let's lower down. Yeah. See where you're at. Okay, come back up. Now, let's come into warrior two. So, leg bones are rotating, and where the back foot lands is a result of what you've decided to do with this leg bone in the hip socket. Where this foot has landed had to do with where this leg bone moved in the hip socket. Pelvis is level as we lower into warrior two. Your warrior two might be here, it might be here. Pay attention to the level of your pelvis. And if it wants to do this, yeah. And if it's become unlevel, like what I demonstrated with tree, it's because of what's going on between the leg and the pelvis in many cases. Sometimes it has to do with the shoulder. Sometimes it just has to do with us losing awareness for a moment. Okay. And then come on in. Okay. Easy peasy. Good job. All right, and then come on up. All right, come back to standing. Now let's notice where you're at and what it is that you feel. And we'll bring the chair over, and from here, one foot comes on up. We're going to add in the twist. Bring the hands over. So I'm twisting to the right. My left hand is coming over, and my right arm is just a little bit into extension. But if you're finding that there's tingling or elbow stuff or anything like that, you can just keep the arm right next to your side, or you can bring it out. You need to feel this in your body as opposed to just placing your body part in a position. Really stay tuned in. Yeah. Good. And then coming on back. And then here. Okay, other side. And then let's take that rotation, rib cage. The primary area of movement is in through the abdomen, helping the rib cage come around. Pelvis is quiet. Nice. And now come away from that and back into standing. And now notice here, as I move the chair away, as you're in standing, notice what it is that you feel. And if you feel a little bit more in your feet, if you feel a little bit more dropped into your legs, nice. Okay, let's come down to the floor. I'm gonna move that right away. Okay, so coming down to the floor, grab your strap. Now I've got a longer strap. You don't need a super long strap for this. We're going to go into a hamstring Supta Padangusthasana. So lying on your back. And let's take the strap around the bottom of the foot. And there's often two placements considered for this. One is right by the start of the heel. The other one is closer to the forefoot. Some people take it right in the middle, but that's not as common. So you choose what feels the best for you. And then whether it's heel, and some days I find it's the forefoot, some days I find it's closer to the heel. So you just feel for you what makes the most sense. And then once you get to where you are, just let your elbows rest onto the floor to give some more ease to your neck. And just easily breathe. Now you're not white knuckling your strap here. You're just providing a support. With the opposite leg that's bent, mine's the left one, you can reach it out straight if you'd like. Just pay attention to what goes on through your pelvis and your spine. We don't want you to get into a big back bend as you move that leg straight. And then take the strap over into your opposite hand to the leg that's up and bring that leg across your body, but keep the pelvis on the floor. Good, and then bring the leg back up. And let's take the leg 6 inches out to the side. Great, and then bring that leg back up. Let's switch legs now. Easy, easy, easy breathing. And then let's bring the leg across your body, holding the strap with the opposite hand. And then bring it back up. And then other side. Good job. Coming back up, letting that come down. Nice. Okay, now just rest back for a moment. Easy breathing. Notice what your body feels like. Grab hold of your block. Place it on the lowest level. Lift your hips and just rest your pelvis on that low level. We're not like doing a back bend. I'm just wanting you to lift your hips a bit higher. Easy breathing. Feel the bottom of your feet. Center of the heel, ball of the foot, base of the pinky toe. Feel your legs. Feel the breath moving in your belly. And wherever else you feel your body moving with your inhale and your exhale. Easy through your eyes. And then lift the hips off of the block and then let your pelvis come down. And let your hands rest on your belly. Easy breathing. We'll finish up with one more grounding exercise. Bring the right leg up, hip flexion. Take your right hand onto the front of the knee, and then you're going to press that knee into your hand. So you'll do a little isometric hip flexion here. Try not to push your head into the floor or brace with the side of your ribs. Just let this be a gentle isometric movement of hip flexion, connecting the hip flexors and helping them engage well can be very grounding and connecting between your torso and your legs, and press. So we've moved to the other side now. Let's do one more on each side. So leg comes up. And that leg comes down. And then the second one comes up, hand on knee, and then press that leg into the hand. But there's no bracing up in the upper body or in the head or the face. Good. And then let that come down. Now notice your breathing. And now notice your body. All right, lovely. Rolling on over now. Coming on up into a seated position. And we're coming up, if you can be on your block and seated, whether that is in a cross-legged position or in a kneeling position, heroes type of pose, it's totally up to you here. And I want you just to feel yourself seated now. If a chair is better, then please go into the chair. You know what's best. And now feel yourself in your body, feel yourself breathing, feel your shoulders, just feel the you that is you. Feel all the layers that make up you, and then place your hands in whatever hand position you want on your legs, whether it's palm up, one palm down, one up, whether it's index finger and thumb touching. It's totally up to you, whether it's hands and namaste. We'll be here just for a little bit more of breathing. And I want you to know that you might be on your own in your house or your home, just like I'm on my own down here in my basement. But the fact that we are practicing together is connection. And there are a lot of people who watch these streams, not necessarily live, but just through the connection, whether you watch it live or the recorded, there's a lot of connection just through this one portal. So remember that we are all connected. As hard as it may feel at times, we are all connected. And so remember with your own breathing, as you breathe and as you settle, yeah? Take care of you. Remember you. Come back to you. Your inhale and your exhale. Find the clarity that is you. And knowing that even just through this small Facebook Live, you are connected. So now breathing in with ease and out with gratitude. Namaste. I will be here tomorrow, just as I've been here every single day since about March 15th. I'll be here tomorrow and I look forward to seeing you. Okay? Take good care.